All I wanna be, I know you got it. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got Shanghai, we've got Casper taking on Christopher Eubanks. It's been a minute. How's everybody doing? And am I coming through okay? Let me know, am I coming through okay? Oh, my mic's not showing up. I see that now. My mic's not showing up for my appearance. It's just black screen. I see that on the stream. I'm going to try to fix that up. Give me a minute to fix that up before the match starts. The two players are warming up at the moment. Yeah, it's what's up, Dutchy? Good to have you in here. It's Anthony here. Anthony here. Let me get the mic fixed up so that I'm coming through. Give me a second. Dutchy, you're in the dark. I know. Right now I'm doing the podcast thing. I'm just podcasting. 1 second here. Did that fix it up at all? Let's see. Am I coming through? No, it's still deciding not to load up. All right, we'll get this figured out. Before the match starts. What's up, guys? While I'm in the dark, how's it going, everybody? I'm glad to see everybody in here. Miss talking to you guys. Glad to see you all in the chat. We got Ashley, Try, Maddie, Lexi, Dutchy. Glad to have you all in here. All right, let me show up on screen because that's kind of my job. Hey, what's up, Ashley? All right, 1 second. Let me get this fixed up. I'm going to get this fixed up. Okay, I see my face showing up, but it's coming through a bit blurry or laggy. All right. Experience a few technical difficulties before the match start. Two players are still warming up. Got a little bit of time to spare here before the match starts. Let me try to get myself up on the screen here. All right, sorry about that, guys. Am I back now? Can everybody see me? I think we got it figured out now. All right, we should have it figured out now. Hopefully now I'm coming in clear. Got the problem resolved. Let me get the score on the screen. Get the score on the screen. We're at 15 all here first set. 15 all here, Eubanks and Ruud. Here you go. And get fixed up. Let me know in the chat. Can you guys see me? Am I coming in better? I hope I am. Let me see. Am I coming through? Dutchy, I see you. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm coming in. A little bit better. This will work for now. We'll deal with it. Try, yep, I see you. Okay, I appreciate it. Ashley, I see you. Gene, I see you. Awesome. All right, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Gene, for that too. All right, let me get this matchup here where I can see it. Eubanks serving first, by the way. He's at 40-15. All right, here you go. All right, cool. All right, Eubanks serving at 40-15. Serve into the body. Ruud with the forehand. Eubanks forehand, open court. That's a good shot from Eubanks, 1-0. All right, here we go. We're back. Sorry, it's been a while. I kind of forgot how to do a live stream. It's been a minute. I think I've done one live stream since the U.S. Open, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. It's currently almost 1 a.m. here in the States. I saw somebody in the chat. I can't say who it was, but one of y'all in the chat was saying that it's real savage time for everybody watching in North America, and it's true. It's like this is the time where we get to be savages watching tennis. I've also had like the longest day ever, to be honest. Like I played a tennis match this morning. I did like a million things during the day, so I'm tired. But I really want to see this match between Ruud and Eubanks, so I'm staying up to watch it. Yeah, Anthony Hirsch here for QualityShot. What's up? Let me see who we all have in the chat. Let's see, Ashley, Try, Lexi, Maddie, Dutchy. Awesome. Gene. Appreciate you guys. All right, so these two have played before. They played in Indian Wells last year, but listen, Christopher Eubanks was not really the player he's been this year whatsoever, but Eubanks still pushed the first set to a tiebreaker in that match. He won but Casper Ruud won in straight set, 7-6, 6-2. Close first set though, 7-6, 7-5 in the breaker. It was 7-5 in the breaker, and that was one time that they played. Casper much more defensive than Eubanks. Eubanks one of the most aggressive players on the tour, if not the most, honestly. Forehand volley into the net. Eubanks had it, but put it into the net. 30 love. 30 love. I'm excited to watch it though. I'm excited to watch it. I feel like it's two guys in like completely different parts of their career. Eubanks trying to lift his game up to get to the top 20, maybe even top 10, top 15. I don't know how high he believes the ceiling to be, but he's having by far the best season of his career. Casper Ruud not having that good of a season, especially compared to last year. Pretty much a letdown compared to last year. It's hard to it was always going to be hard to defend last year, but not a good season from Casper for him. So two very different seasons, two very different game styles, two very different careers so far. 40 love here for Casper, but Eubanks is going to like it on the fast courts that Shanghai has, even though some people have said that it's not playing as quick this year. 40 love here. Serve out wide, backhand slice. That goes wide from Eubanks, 1-1. Early stages. These guys actually played on the Futures in 2018. They played in Stockton in 2018, and Eubanks actually won. Eubanks actually beat Casper in straight sets in Stockton Futures in 2018, which is kind of a fun fact. Sometimes you look at ATP head-to-heads, and I like the fact that they have a section. They don't put it with like the ATP matches or whatever, but they have a section for like futures and challengers, which is cool. And occasionally you'll just see this like kind of random thing where it's like these two guys played in 2007. It's like these two guys played in 2007 a random challenger. Like, oh, okay. I mean, both those guys, I mean, I can't say that they remember that match, but that's a real tennis match where they put their all into it. And that is a professional match at some kind of level. By the way, half volley from Eubanks, really good. Backhand, Ruud gets up to it in no time, though. Love 15, 1-1. Love 15, 1-1. But yeah, it's going to be my most tired stream ever. Not just because it's like 1 a.m. in the States, but I've had the longest day ever. I didn't expect to do so much today, but I'm going to try to power through it. Lob, backhand lob. To the smash of Eubanks, backhand of Ruud into the forehand of Eubanks, inside out, backhand of Ruud is there, cross court. That's a good shot from Casper. That's the kind of, listen, Casper isn't the flashiest, but he can hit a lot of really fun shots to watch. As somebody who plays tennis, you know how hard it is to hit some of the shots that he hits. He just breaks his opponents down. He struggles against some of the most top guys, but so many of his shots are just consistently so tough to deal with against players mostly outside the top 10. So that really shows through Casper. It's love 30. Great backhand pass from Casper. Forehand into the backhand slice of Casper. Forehand of Eubanks. That's a strong shot. It's a forehand to net. That's a good shot from Eubanks. 15-30. 15-30. What's up, guys? I'm excited to be doing a live stream again. I'm going Ruud in straights. Even though I want to go to sleep, I'm expecting a 3-setter here. I'm expecting 3 sets. I know that's negative. I mean, I want to stream, but I also want to sleep. If I could do both at the same time, that'd be great because I'm exhausted. But I'm excited to call it. But I am very tired, to be honest. Forehand chip into the forehand of Eubanks. That goes wide. 15-40. 15-40 here for Casper at 1-1. At 1-1. Casper, if you look at Casper's record on the season and what he's achieved this year, it's actually not that bad, like, relative to just a player on the tour, like a top 20 player. Like, he reached a Grand Slam final. He won a title. He's done a few things. Rome semifinal. But in general, for him, it's just not what he wants. Forehand volley put away into the ad court, I should say, 30-40. Another break point for Casper, though. This would be big for Casper to get a break early. Eubanks a way better server than Casper. If Casper can get a break on the Eubanks serve, that says a lot. So Casper can deal with fast courts, though. I mean, the U.S. Open played pretty quick last year, and he dealt with it fine. ATP Finals, too. Second serve from Eubanks. First serve in the net. Serve coming here. Serve out wide. Backhand of Casper into the backhand of Eubanks to the backhand of Casper into the backhand of Eubanks. Backhand slice of Ruud to the forehand of Eubanks. Forehand of Casper into the forehand of Eubanks. Forehand of Casper into the forehand of Eubanks. Backhand Casper to the forehand of Eubanks. Forehand of Casper. Cross court. Forehand Eubanks to the forehand of Casper. Forehand Eubanks. Comes to net. Backhand slice. Backhand volley put away from Eubanks. We at deuce. 1-1. I miss this, guys. I miss commentating. What's up? Hey, what's up? We got Sean in here. What's up? Hey, Dashi and Jean. Hey, what's up, Sean? Glad to have you. Shelton versus Safulin could be a good one. I am rooting for Safulin, to be honest, because I like Safulin. I like the game that Safulin brings, and Shelton is not my favorite. But we'll see what happens. We're at 1-1 in deuce. Safulin's looking dangerous. I said it against Murray. He looked really good against Murray, and then don't even talk to me against Zverev. So Safulin's killing it. Advantage at 1-1 here for Eubanks. I'm happy I stayed up to call this one. This is I love Shanghai. Shanghai, before it got discontinued for a good minute, it was actually my favorite Masters tournament. I'm like a unicorn. Like, I know that's weird, but I love the crowds of Shanghai. I love the way the courts look. I love the way they play so quickly. That's a good forehand, 2 break point save from Eubanks. 2-1. Strong start. Strong start for Chris to be able to save those. That shows clutchness. Chris has had a good season. It started in Miami. Much bluer courts than Shanghai. In Miami, he didn't play, I think, any top 40 opponents, but still had to beat some good players. Got to the quarterfinals there of a Masters 1000 out of absolutely nowhere. Was ranked outside the top 150. And then he got to he won a title in Mallorca. Then he got to the quarterfinals of Wimbledon. Beat Tsitsipas from down 2-1. Breadstick over Medvedev, lost him in 5 sets. Since Wimbledon, he's really not brought the same level that he did before. This is his first tournament since the U.S. Open. At the U.S. Open, he lost in the second round to Benjamin Bonzi. Since Wimbledon, since the grass court season, he's 4-5 on the season. 3 of those wins came against players outside the top 100. The other win is against Brandon Nakashima, who is currently outside the top 100. So he's really not brought the same level that he brought from between Miami to Wimbledon since the grass court season ended. But I think he's dangerous. I think he's dangerous on fast courts. And guess what? Fast courts just started. I mean, U.S. Open didn't play super quick this year. I mean, Shanghai is quick. And it's going to be quick till the end. Paris, I mean, come on. But yeah, that's kind of been the thing. I disagree. Anthony Ruud has an underrated serve. His spot serving in particular is really good when it's working. Not the most powerful serve, though. I mean, I see that. Yeah, I mean, he can. It's not the worst. It's not a bad serve. I just think Eubanks has a clearly better one, and it kind of shows in their win percentage of winning service games. I mean, Ruud gets broken more than Eubanks does. I would think so. How does it seem to you? Are the courts slower this year? That's a good question. They seem slightly slower. I'm not gonna lie. They seem slightly slower. And I heard Fritz say that it's the tennis balls. It might be. It also might be a mix, but they do feel a little bit slower. I do find it compelling though. It could be the tennis balls that could be a big part of it, but the play seems slower for sure. A little bit. It still plays quick, but it seems a little bit slower. Thanks for a stream, Anthony, and early apologies if I fall asleep. Apologies if I fall asleep. I might go to sleep first, Dutchy. I think it's gonna be a contest. I'm gonna try to stay up. 15 off. I think I've learned my lesson though. I can't be doing streams during the late. I love streaming at late night, but I can't have the busiest day ever. I'll go through what my day was. It's whatever, you know. We all have like busy days and stuff. But I've done a lot. I'm tired, but I'm gonna make it through it. I'm excited to call it. I am tired. 1-2, 15 all. Ruud serving. Eubanks just escaped a tough hold. Backhand into the net. Eubanks, of course, with the one-hander against the two-hander of Casper. Serve coming here from Ruud. 30-15. Serve out wide, kick serve out wide. That's what Gene was talking about. Ruud can have a good serve, especially the kick that he has on his serve. He can place it pretty well and make that pretty consistently tough. Pretty unpredictable to know where he's going to serve, although he does like the out wide quite a lot. 40-15 here at 1-2. Be quite creative with the serving as well, which is something I think is underrated about Casper in general. I do feel like he's creative on the court. Even if not the flashiest. Flashiest and creative aren't the same. Serve down the line. Forehand of Casper to the backhand of Eubanks down the middle. Forehand of Casper cross court to the forehand of Eubanks down. Forehand down the middle. Huge from Eubanks, but still down the middle. Not really hitting much of an angle. Big backhand down the line from Eubanks who unloads, but it goes out 2-2. It goes out. We're at 2-2. Yeah, we're streaming Christopher Eubanks versus Casper Ruud, doing the commentary here. 11 p.m. here. Yeah, it is 1 a.m. It is 1 a.m. Dutchy over here. It is 1 a.m. here in where I'm at. So that's just what it is. Is it true that ATP Finals has the fastest court? Yeah, I think that's probably true. I don't remember exactly which ones of Paris and ATP Finals was the fastest, but one of those was. And ATP Finals played super quick last year. I mean, nobody could. It was all tiebreakers because nobody was able to return serves the way they were skidding through the court. So yeah, it's that. I would believe it. I think that's true. I think that's right. A lot of indoor courts can play faster than grass. So it's just what it is. Some indoor courts are crazy. Love 15 here. Eubanks with an unforced error. Serve down the line, forehand of Ruud to the forehand of Eubanks, inside out, backhand of Ruud to the forehand of Eubanks, forehand of Eubanks. And that's in the net. Eubanks can't rally with Casper. Eubanks can't rally with Casper. He's either got to go for it or go home. I mean, Eubanks got to go for it. He's got to go for winners here. I mean, that's how Eubanks plays. If he's going to rally, might as well stop now. I'm sorry, but By the way, Eubanks 10 unforced errors, 0 for Casper. 10. That's a crazy stat at any point of a match. But Eubanks got to play aggressive. He's got to take chances. Serve goes, hits the tape, goes wide. Second serve. Ruud ready on the return. Serve. Down the line, forehand of Casper to the forehand of Eubanks, forehand of Casper. The forehand of Eubanks. That's shanked. It goes out. A lot of errors so far from Eubanks. I mean, listen, Casper is the top 10 player. I mean, he's the top 10 player. That doesn't even include the Miami final last year, the U.S. Open final last year, French Open final last year. Eubanks challenges, but it's right on the line. Love 40. Eubanks with a throwaway challenge, I think, to buy some time, honestly. Love 40 here at 2-2. 3 break points for Casper. Or 3 more, I should say. This is the second service game in a row where Casper's had break points. Serve. Cross score. That's a great return, an angle, backhand slice. That's a lot of great depth from Ruud. Forehand, inside in, forehand of Eubanks, and forehand, Casper down the line. That's another great shot. Backhand slice, it goes out. That's good play from Casper. Constant depth. And that was creative, pulled the slice. He's got the talent. I mean, listen, he can do a lot of things that a lot of players just can't do. And a lot of players, the top players, the big hitters, can take advantage of some of his shots. But in general, or at least play shots that are better on average than Casper, but his shots are just so consistently tough to deal with. And a little bit unpredictable. Casper's unpredictable. By the way, you're frozen, Anthony. Am I? Let me check the stream. I appreciate that. I am frozen up. I am frozen up. Okay, let me fix that up real quick. All right, I'm going to hop off, then hop back on. I'll be back in a second. Hopefully it fixes it. All right, hopefully that's fixed up. Let me get the score on here. All right, cool. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat here. What we got in here? Big Foe is about to lose. Yeah, I see that. That's crazy. Tiafo looks very off today. He's been off. Tiafo's one of these guys. He's been off since when he won, not in Stuttgart. Was it Stuttgart? The tournament, I think Stuttgart. I think when he won Stuttgart. He looked off at Wimbledon. He's been looking off for a while. So let's see if Tiafo can bring his game back, because it's not really been there in recent tournaments, honestly. It's really weird to me watching Tiafo play at his best, because I wouldn't think Tiafo can play as good as he can play, but when he plays at his best, it's really very gripping. Like, his peak level is very good. So hopefully Brant finds it again, because he is a flashy, talented player. Very quick. Good competitor as well. 3-2 Casper's. Back and slice into the net 40-15. Yeah, let me check the scores real quick. What we got? Casper serve. Down the line. That's not a great spot serve, though. Forehand Eubanks trying to get back this game. 40-30. Oof, shot just on the line from Casper. Casper escaped something. Eubanks complaining about the line. Maybe saying Ruud's hitting a lot of lines, but we're at 4-2. We're at 4-2. This could get away from Eubanks. That got tight, though. 40-30, and Casper nearly hit that out. Yeah, Sonego got it over Tiafoe. Listen, Sonego's a talented guy, though. Sonego's one of these guys that I just feel like can play crazy tennis now and again. So he's going to have his day at one point and really have a really good run, I think, whether you like him or not. Yeah, Hugo Humbert, who played crazy in Beijing, he's up a set on Botic van de Zandschulp. Arthur Feast, another very talented, fun guy to watch, can hit crazy winners out of nowhere up on Fokina. That's interesting. JJ Wolf almost playing a third set tiebreaker versus Cameron Norrie. Man, I kind of wish we were watching that one. Norrie taking on Wolf is crazy. Third set tiebreak. Anyway, Ruud here serving against Eubanks. $30 love for Eubanks. Serve out wide. Brand goes out wide from Casper. 40 love. Who's the top American right now? Fritzy Witsy. Yeah, Taylor's the top. Tiafoe dropped out. Big Foe's out of the top 10. I hate Norrie with a passion, dude. I don't feel strong feelings either way. I just like how random Cameron Norrie is. Norrie is so random. Like, he doesn't feel like he should be a player that's on the tour who's been as high as like number 7 in the world or whatever. I just like watching Cameron Norrie play. His game is ridiculous. It looks so... It's not pretty. It's not pretty, but somehow he beat Alcaraz earlier this year. He beat Alcaraz last year. He's won titles on every single surface. He's won a Masters title. So he's doing something right. Been to a Wimbledon semifinal. He's doing something right. Went up a set and a break on Djokovic, by the way, at that Wimbledon, which I think a lot of people forget. Anyway, what else we got? What else is going on? Yeah, I think that's all the scores are going on at the moment. But quite weird. From about last year to about Stuttgart this year, he was playing crazy. He's really fallen off since then. So we'll see if he finds the game again. Cameron Norrie not in a good place either. Let me JJ in Atlanta, and he was the nicest human being. He was just so cool. So shout out JJ. I'll root for him in any match that he plays. No doubt about it. No doubt. Casper about to serve out 4-3, by the way. $15 here. Ruud serving 4-3. Yeah, both these guys just have to play their game. I mean, that's really all there is to it. Eubanks got to be aggressive and hope that it works. Ruud just got to grind it out and play his game. Let Eubanks hit the errors or hit the winners, either way. Forehand volley put away from Casper. That's a good play. I like seeing Casper step up and play to the net, especially on the fast courts. He has good hands at the net, Casper. Eubanks is not the only player on the court that can hit good volleys. Serve, that's in the net. Serve out wide, backhand from Ruud to the backhand of Eubanks forehand, Ruud to the forehand of Eubanks, backhand Ruud sliced. Ooh, that's a great slice into that. Yeah, Ruud's slice is crazy at the moment. He's gotten Eubanks with that backhand slice probably 3 or 4 times now. Just deep into the ad side. I don't know how he's done that so consistently. But that seems impossible to deal with, especially for Eubanks. Eubanks trying to run around and hit forehands. Eubanks does that a lot. He'll run around and hit forehands. Both these guys will, from crazy positions, because they do not like their backhands as much as their forehands consistently. I mean, especially Casper. I mean, you'll see him. You'll see a shot that goes way angled out to the ad side, and he'll just run around and hit a forehand, and he'll hit a good one too. He'll hit a winner inside in. He'll manage to buggy whip it and hit it inside out, whatever. But he wants to hit a forehand no matter what he does. He also forehand chips a lot, does Casper, but whatever he does, he feels much more comfortable on the forehand than the backhand. And the form on his forehand just looks way better. So much topspin, a lot of RPMs. It looks way more high percentage, or not high percentage, but way more lethal than the backhand. The backhand feels like he's like, I don't know. It just looks like he's hitting close to his body. He can't really extend with it or do much of anything with it. The forehand, he gets crazy height on it and can really hit through the court very well. Eubanks had an awesome win beat. Yeah, Chris had an awesome win beat. For anybody who doesn't know, well, I'll say 2 things. I known about Christopher Eubanks for a while. I watched him play in person in college tennis a few times, like a decade ago or whatever. I don't know, like 7, 8 years ago. I remember his one-hander, and I remember, I don't know, I always thought he was great. I just thought mentally he wasn't in the place where he was going to really fulfill the potential that it seemed like he had. It just seemed like that wasn't in the cards for him. So, I mean, I was ultra excited to see this guy who's so genuine, by the way, is Eubanks. Really great commentator, too. I mean that genuinely. But whatever, to see him play, whatever, 7 years ago, I was really excited. First seeing him in Miami, I was so excited seeing him do as well as he did in Miami. And then I had a feeling he would do well on grass because he serves crazy, he comes to net, whatever. His game is perfect for grass in every sense of the word. And we saw that in Mallorca, where he won the whole tournament, ATP title for Christopher Eubanks, ATP title holder. And then he got to the quarterfinals of Wimbledon, beat Tsitsipas. So that was my favorite win of the year, was him beating Tsitsipas in 5 sets. Very happy about the success of Eubanks that he's had. Also, the first live stream that I did for this channel, I was commentating Eubanks. So I commentated Eubanks versus Zverev, and he got destroyed by Zverev, but it's all good. Serve. Out wide, it's too good from Eubanks, 5-4. 5-4. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Don't forget to like the stream, by the way, if you are enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe, as always. Quality Shot Tennis. I think Feast and Sinner are my 2 favorite young players at the moment. Anthony. That's so funny because I think I have the exact same favorite 2 players. I think those are my 2. Alcaraz could be in there. I like Alcaraz. I feel like recently people have been saying it more and more, but from the start, I realized how good of a sportsman Alcaraz is, at least in my opinion. I mean, he's always super fair on the court. Seems to be very honest. Even when it goes, listen, it's easy to be honest when you're like, whatever, you're like hyping yourself up. It's harder to be honest when you want to say something against yourself or want to give a compliment to another player or concede a point when it goes against you. So anyway, shout out Alcaraz. And he's just so fun to watch, obviously. But I mean, all that can be said about Alcaraz has already been said. So I'm not going to say anymore. Norrie is someone else who's been disappointing this year other than the win against Alcaraz. Yeah, after the clay season, he's been disappointing. So Ruud slice is good play just to keep his opponents guessing. Exactly. Yeah, chip it up, slice it. Listen, slices in tennis, they're not going to win the point. It's just good to set up the point to, I don't know. One thing is to mix it up. The other thing is to set up the point so that you can hit winners later in the point. Hit it low, get the ball a little bit higher to hit higher to you so you can hit down on the ball. That's kind of what slices are good for. Yeah, Eubanks is a great man. He's also a great analyst. Yeah, hell yeah. Really good commentator. A really good, I don't know, he's really good with the players, even like interviews. Yeah, Eubanks is Eubanks is like a top 30 ATP player. If he wanted to, he could quit and become the greatest tennis analyst of all time. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but he's really good. So, I mean, that's just genuine, respect that I have for Eubanks. 15 love for Ruud at 5-4. Like, he breaks down very specific things very well in a way that's very chewable and accessible, and he speaks very well. I've enjoyed watching him commentate even earlier this year, so that made me even more surprised when I saw him get to the quarterfinals, Miami, do this, do that, because I was like, oh, okay, well, great, he's has the commentating gig on Tennis Channel, but I'm more than happy that he's been able to do all this. Fearless as well at times this year, which is really, really fun. 30 love. Ruud is 2. All that said about Eubanks, Casper is 2 points away from taking this set, I guess, unsurprisingly, just based on the rankings. First serve goes out. Second serve. Serve. Down the line. Eubanks runs around, hits a forehand. Way too many errors from Eubanks. I mean, I guess I'm happy he's going for it most of the time. But he's got to be comfortable hitting the backhand too. We've had a few errors where he's run around to hit a forehand. Like I said, we'll see that from both guys. But anyway, Casper here at 40 love, 5-4. Serve. Down line, goes just wide. Yeah, these are two of my favorite players. I like Casper is one of my favorites. He's been one of my favorites since, well, I'll tell the story of when I started being a Ruud fan shortly. Just a short story. Oh, that's a second serve ace from Casper. Eubanks kind of guessed and thought he was going out wide down the line. 6-4 for Ruud. Yeah, I became a Casper Ruud fan. How did I become a Casper Ruud fan? He's one of my favorite players on the tour. I became a Casper Ruud fan when I saw him play a hardcourt tournament. Hardcourt tournament 250. He was known as this clay court guy. I was like, whatever. Ramos Vignolas, probably a little bit of a step above him. Didn't really think much else of him. I didn't think his game looked that exciting from the few games that I watched him play. I knew him as this clay guy. Didn't know much about him, whatever. I watched him play in San Diego hardcourt tournament, hardcourt 250. And I watched him play against Grigor Dimitrov. I turn on Tennis Channel. The first point is in the middle of playing as I start. One of the best one of my favorite 2 out of 3 set matches I've ever seen in my life. Casper Ruud taking on Grigor Dimitrov, San Diego. I mean, the stakes aren't that big, but if you can put that aside, the level of that match is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm telling you, Ruud won that match, and then he won the final 6-0, 6-2. I mean, whoever won that match was going to beat almost anybody in the final. So, I mean, Ruud played out of his mind. I mean, at one point, he had a between the leg shot volley winner. They were hitting absolutely ridiculous shots. I just saw how well Casper can play, even on hard courts, and how talented the guy is. And I like players who, I love players like Alcaraz and Federer, where it's so obvious that they're some of the best tennis players ever. But I like these guys that are talented, like Sinner and Ruud, for example, but it's not super obvious. If you just watch like 3 points, I like that. It's kind of under the surface. But Ruud is super talented. So it was after San Diego, his match against Dimitrov. That's when I became a Ruud fan. Since then, he's been one of my favorite guys. And yeah, he's not the flashiest. He doesn't have the most distinct personality maybe, but Super genuine guy. I mean, literally just like a guy you could pull off the street. You would not think he was #1 in the live rankings last year. So good on him. And also, I just really enjoy watching him play. I like watching his forehands, and I think he's talented. All right, second set underway. Eubanks serve. Eubanks to serve. Serve down the line. Backhand of Ruud hits the tape, goes back on the side. $15 love for Christopher Eubanks. I appreciate you guys joining in. I hope to commentate more streams soon as well. JJ and Nori in a dogfight. I got to check the scores there for sure. Are they done? They might be done by this point. I wasn't keeping up with the other scores, honestly. Let me check. I'm going to check the other scores on the other courts. Yeah, 5-4 for JJ Wolf against Nori in the breaker. I'll keep an eye on that for sure. Forehand in the net from Eubanks, 15-all. I mean, if I'm just gauging what I think is going to happen for the rest of this match, it seems like Eubanks is going to keep doing pretty well on serve, maybe even clutching up every now and again. But I think Casper is playing well, and he hasn't even had to bring out his 100%. Maybe I don't think he's even had to bring out 90%. 80% is under question, to be honest. Although I don't know if that's fair considering Ruud hasn't brought his best level, but that's kind of what I feel. And I think Casper's probably a little bit too good, and I think Eubanks is hitting too many errors. He hasn't really found the range on that forehand. So unless he fixes that up real quick, I don't see much happening. He's also hitting very central is Eubanks, which is giving Ruud a lot of chances. 15-30 here for Casper. I kind of feel like it might be a bit of a runaway for Ruud. It might be like 6-2, 6-3 in the second set. I thought we might see a 3-setter, but I don't know. With the way Eubanks just hasn't found it. 15-30. Serve. Down the line. It's a big serve from Chris. It's a big serve from Christopher Eubanks. 30-all. 3-3, 30-all. Yeah, JJ and Nori. What's the score now? I got to keep up with that. JJ got the win. 7-6 of the third. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, JJ. Hell yeah. JJ Wolf getting it done. Listen, JJ Wolf is one of the most talented, like, unorthodox, just fun personality. Like, listen, JJ Wolf, if you're not a fan of JJ Wolf, you're doing something wrong. Backhand into the forehand of Eubanks, inside in. That's another error off that forehand from Eubanks, 30-40. I mean, 372 errors off that forehand from Eubanks so far in this match. Something like that. It's like, it feels like almost every other point. He hasn't found that forehand yet, has Eubanks. 30-40. Let's see if Chris can get it back. 30-40 here to start out the second set. But yeah, JJ Wolf with the upset, kind of, against Cameron Norrie, I guess. I guess you'd call it an upset, especially because JJ Wolf isn't even close to the top 40 at the moment, even though he, like, whether I'm a fan of him or not, JJ Wolf should be top 40, top 45 in the world, no doubt about it. Alcaraz and Sinner are very respectful to one another. It's nice to see. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love I don't mind the drama and like rivalries or whatever. It's like, I love that part of tennis. Tennis is such an emotional sport. We shouldn't completely just like bow our heads on that and say, no, that's bad and frown upon it. Let players and rivalries be what they are. But yeah, I mean, that's just genuinely their respect towards one another, and every time they come on court, they bring the best out of each other and bring fresh, dynamic shots, very creative rallies, and just rallies that are, listen, the whole world, the whole tennis world, the whole sports world is warming up to this rivalry of these two young guys, which is great to see. It's great to see. I wish more people would include tennis in the sports world as a whole. I mean, some people are going to be annoyed and be like, tennis isn't a real sport, and be like, why are you trying to force tennis to be parts of the sports thing? But we should talk about tennis for what it is, which is one of the most difficult, physically challenging sports, mentally challenging sports on the planet, and one of the best ones. 1-0 for Eubanks to start out the second set, and very exciting at its best. And that's what Alcaraz Center does. It brings really exciting tennis. He has been engineered to become a great sportsman. I mean, I don't know. But he's shown it though. I mean, it's like, I understand what you mean, but it's like he's shown it though. Like it's like at Wimbledon when I forgot who he was playing. It was against Oscar Ate, and Oscar Ate actually had a around the net shot winner, and the point wasn't over, but there was a bad call on Ate, and the point was called to replay. There was an overrule. Alcaraz's shot just hit the line, and there's an overrule that Alcaraz's shot was in, and the umpire said replay the point. Alcaraz said no, that's Ate's point. Even though Alcaraz probably would have made the next shot, how fast he is, Alcaraz said, no, it's Ate's point. He just hit a crazy shot. Give it to him. And he's done that before when he's down in the score too, which is really what makes it crazy. So, I mean, everyone has their different opinions, but it's like you also have receipts as to why Alcaraz is so good. So, but unbelievable that Ruud has not won the 500 event. Yeah, all 10 titles are 250. That's really weird. The Ruud hate is weird, but I kind of get it, Sean. Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I understand wanting more kind of distinct personalities, or kind of talking about the fact that Ruud isn't flashy, or he has trouble beating the top guys. I think it's almost more of a hatred on the way that the ATP rankings are set up. Am I crazy in saying that? Like, I think people want part of the ATP rankings to be the top, you beating the top guys. They want that to influence it, because listen, Casper Ruud almost got to world. If Alcaraz lost the 5th set to Tiafoe at the US Open, guess what? We would have had the 28th ATP #1 player in the world, Casper Ruud. If Tiafoe won that 5th set, that would have been the reality. So, and he did that without barely beating top 10 players. If he even had beaten a top 10 player, I don't remember at this point. So I think people are like, I think that's less hate on Casper. I think that's more hate on the fact that people can get that high without necessarily beating some of the top players. But listen, I'll just say this. The way Casper was playing at Roland Garros this year and last year, he can only put the level that Casper brought in the first set and a half against Novak in the final this year. He would have beaten almost anybody. So, in my opinion, it's all my opinion, of course, but he can bring a really high level too. Love 15. And I mean, he beat Zverev in Miami last year. He beat like really good indoor players at the ATP finals last year. Big servers, Fritz, FA, Rublev, all in a row, all top 10 players at the ATP finals. So, Rune, Zverev this year at RG, so it's not like he hasn't beaten anybody. That would be false to say he hasn't beaten anyone. 15 all. Although Rune and Zverev were completely out of sorts in those matches, to be fair. I'll get to some of these questions in the chat, by the way, after this game. That's a great back-end volley from Eubanks. It's a lob, goes wide, 30-15. By the way, don't forget to subscribe, QualityShot Tennis. We don't just do live streams. We have live streams too with all of us, whoever decides to pop up on screen. I'm just a hologram. I'm just a hologram made to commentate on tennis. I'm not really a real person. I just get summoned and suddenly you're watching me on a stream. No, but we do live streams, but we also do podcasts. I'm a part of a podcast with Eliza Westcott of It's Eliza's World on Instagram. And we do a podcast where we talk about tennis stuff. hopefully I'm quite proud of the podcast that we've done so far. I'm hoping that they'll even get better and better as we go along. I had to do the podcast this week by myself, but Eliza will be back, I hope, by Monday. So for the Monday podcast. But yeah, we do podcasts, and listen, it's fun stuff. We talk about different stuff going on in tennis, things that can be improved. We talk about things going on throughout the week. That's a crazy backhand passing shot, by the way, cross score from Casper. 40-30. We talk about power rankings, which I always like. I like talking about power rankings because it's like the top 10 rankings don't show, like Tsitsipas is not the 5th best player in the world. So we talk about who really is the 5th best player in the world right now. Zverev, in my opinion. So that's kind of what it is. And so subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis and check out Tennis 360 podcast because I'm part of that and I'm excited about it. 40-30 here for Eubanks serving. Serve out wide, serve and volley, backhand, pass. Oh, just clips the tape. Unlucky for Casper. Usually when it clips the tape, you say it's lucky. That was unlucky. Goes wide, 2-1. Casper is frustrated. He's visibly frustrated, 2-1. You never know. Eubanks' shots could start going in. I kind of have a bad feeling about it, but I don't know. By the way, I also have a YouTube channel if you want to check it out, the Tennis Commentary Booth. If you want to check it out, I have a YouTube channel. I also started a podcast on there. I'm hoping to move it not just from YouTube, but also to other podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever it is. Spotify for sure. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, From Lawns to Arenas podcast. So yeah, those are a couple of podcasts that I'm a part of. If you want to check those out, From Lawns to Arenas, and also Tennis 360 podcast with Eliza. So let me get some of these questions. Sasha lost this week, right? Yes, Zverev lost to Safulin. Got pummeled by Safulin, 6-3, 6-1. Zverev's been in very good form, but yeah, he's going to drop in the power rankings probably. But listen, he's exhausted. Very good news for Sinner, though. Listen, if Sinner can go off of Beijing and lose in the quarterfinals to Daniel Medvedev, if that is what happens, that's not bad. Like, Sinner, that's like Goff losing to Swiatek this week. Like, that's not a bad result. They've been playing crazy recently. That's literally the same thing. Anthony and the holograms. Yeah, that's it. Was it Marina and the Diamonds or whatever? What is that? And the holograms. She's sick, by the way. Marina and the Diamonds. She's good. Anthony talks about calculus in the podcast as well. When did I talk about calculus? Max, I think these are untethered accusations. When did I talk about calculus? No. Don't put me with calculus. What's up, Max? And good to have you. Enjoy the match, everybody, and take care. Okay, I think Dutchy already had out. I didn't see this comment here. I'm going to bed. Can't keep my eyes open. No problem, Dutchy. Yeah, for me, it's past 2 a.m. I'll tell you real quick. Ruud serving at 15 love, by the way, at 1-2. I'll tell you real quick about my day. So, I mean, it almost doesn't, whatever. I've had the craziest day. So I've had a long day. So basically, I played a tennis match in the morning. I woke up at 8 o'clock, which isn't crazy early, but it's whatever. Forehand inside out, backhand the net from Eubanks, 30 love for Ruud. But basically, I woke up, I played a tennis match. I won. I actually didn't play that great, but I won. 6-3, 6-3. It was fun. In my match, I hit a horrible overhead, and it hit the top of my racket, my frame. I went into it with full force, and it did the Federer thing that I played in doubles with Nicholas Mahou or whatever that one time. It went like a millimeter from the net, and then it bounced back on my side. And the other guy, my opponent, jumped the net. And he was like almost trying to run after me because he was so frustrated. And then the other opponent was like bowing to me. I don't know how I did it, but it like had backspin bounce back to my side. That really happened. There was somebody filming the match, but they didn't get it on camera, which I was disappointed about. But that was one of the craziest things that's happened to me playing tennis. It was like a 1 in a million type of shot. But drop shot from Ruud, by the way, is too good, 2-2. But anyway, that happened in the morning. And then what else? And then I walked to my local bank, and then I walked back home, and then I went to a sci-fi film festival and walked around the downtown area a bunch. And then I went from that to a different festival for a little bit and walked around that downtown area a bunch. And then I saw my brothers play, and I know a lot of people from that theater, the people who go to that theater. So I hung out with around a lot of people. That was a few hours ago. And then I decided to do this live stream at 12:30 in the morning, and it is currently past 2 p.m. So that's been my day. But yeah, I had tennis match to start off, and then I've done like 5 million things. I've got like 14,000 steps on my phone, so I'm exhausted. But it is what it is. By the way, great lob from Casper. Very underrated lob. Lob goes out. 15 love. Yeah, I am tired, to be honest. Hey, from Australia. Hey, what's up? We got Joseph in here. Joseph, what's up? What's up? What's the time in Australia, Joseph? I'm not good with that. I'm not good with all that. I'm not doing math right now. I just told you. It's like past 2 a.m. Shore in the court. Oh, Eubanks misses it into the net. Love 30. A couple bad errors from Chris. Couple bad errors from Chrissy Eubanks. I like how Casper's playing. I kind of feel a little bit like Casper's going to have... Listen, Casper kind of showed up when he needed to defend points at Roland Garros. He defended semifinals of Rome, then he defended finals of Roland Garros against all odds. So I kind of feel going into the ATP finals, he could actually defend something. He could do better in this indoor swing than we expect. I liked how he played at Laver Cup against Tommy Paul. He was the only player on Team Europe to win, which is crazy. It's going to be really interesting next year who Team Europe gets to play. But Laver Cup definitely needs a couple of good next couple of years to keep the hype up, no doubt about it. In fact, next year. I feel like next year is going to be really pivotal for Laver Cup. They want a really good tournament. By the way, another error from Eubanks, 1540, double break point. Double break point at 2-2. Serve into the net. Backhand. Forehand. Inside in. That's a good shot. Casper whiffs. 30-40. Breakpoint number 2. Another breakpoint from Casper. Casper visibly frustrated, by the way. He's complaining a lot. I kind of like that, though. He's putting himself to high standards. Backhand cross court. Backhand, that's in the net from Eubanks. 3-2. 3-2, and it's Casper's day. It feels like it's Casper's day. You never know with tennis, but it feels like it's going to be Casper in straight sets. Feels like it's going to be Casper in straights. Feast up a send to break against Fokina. Let's go, Arthur. Let's go, Arthur. I mean, I know we'll have a lot of Fokina fans, but yeah, let's go, Arthur. Do you watch Rick and Morty? I mean, not like yes, but like, I mean, it's fine. It's good. It's great. Even I don't know. It's not my favorite though. Yeah, some of my favorite sci-fi shows. Lost is incredible. I'm a huge fan of Doctor Who. I watched Doctor Who a lot as a kid, and Doctor Who is awesome. That show's great. David Tennant coming back, which I'm excited about. What else? What else do I watch? If you're talking about sci-fi, what else? What else is there? I can talk about. Westworld is awesome, especially season 1 of Westworld is one of the best seasons of television, I think, of all time. So those are a few things that I watch. Rick and Morty is like, I don't know. It's kind of lame to say it. Like, I don't know. It's like the fan base really ruined the reputation of people who watch that show. Don't separate the fan base from the show, but like, sorry, I just can't. There was a point where I was like, wow, this show is awesome, and I really appreciate how unique it is. It feels almost like completely genuine, but also like an escape. The humor of it, the insanity of it, and the dark humor of it, the fearlessness of it. I mean, Rick and Morty is fun. It's very smart as well. I like some of the more dramatic moments of the show. It actually is a very good like display of some more serious topics like depression even. But I don't know. The fan base ruined it for me. So no, I do not watch Rick and Morty. But yeah, those are a few things I do watch. Lost is amazing. Lost is one of my favorite shows. Actually, it is my favorite show. Lost is my favorite TV show. So that's a sci-fi show that I like and that I think is kind of underrated. Anyway, Casper about to serve at 3-2. Not really sci-fi for Game of Thrones. Yeah, it's like fantasy more so. But Game of Thrones is fun. I like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is cool. I just watched Game of Thrones for the first time last year. I watched through that whole show. It's pretty fun. It's not my favorite, but even until season 8 or whatever. But it's good. I liked it. Love 30 here, by the way. Love 30. Eubanks got to keep swinging. That's his chance. Casper here. Serve goes out. Second serve from Casper. Kick serve, forehand of Eubanks to the backhand of Casper. Forehand Eubanks inside in. That's a big shot. Forehand Casper across court. Forehand chip. It goes in. Forehand chip from Casper. That goes out. Love 40. Eubanks got 3 break points. He wouldn't be up a break. He'd just be going back at even. Love 40 here. 3 break points. First serve goes long. Second serve. Kick serve, backhand of Eubanks, down the line, forehand of Ruud. That goes short in the court. Ooh, forehand Eubanks. It's close. It's called out. Overruled by Mohamed Layani in the chair. It's called out. Layani doesn't look sure, by the way. Let's see here. This is kind of interesting. I think it might land in. Oh, it is out. That's a good call from Layani. That's a good overrule. 15-40. 15-40. Serve. From Ruud, the backhand of Eubanks, forehand Ruud, inside into the forehand of Eubanks. That's in the net. 30-40. 30-40. 30-40 at 3-2. Like I said, very different game styles in about every sense of the word. I mean, Casper, he doesn't hit huge shots generally. I mean, sometimes his forehands come with pretty good pace, but Eubanks is all aggression. I mean, he might be the most aggressive, just all-out player on the tour. I mean, there are a few players that would give him a run for his money. Maxime Cressy would give him a run for his money. I mean, Wadanuki, who we saw earlier today against Fritz, or yesterday. Forehand from Ruud, inside in. That's a big shot from Casper. I like that from Casper. Huge forehand. Talking about the huge forehand from Casper. Back to deuce. I love commentating tennis matches. It's so fun for me. It's so fun for me. What I try to do when I like commentate is like, well, I just react to it or whatever and like talk about it. But it's like, I love trying to like, I don't know. Whenever I watch people commentate tennis, I love it when they're like, I don't know. It's like giving something to the match. You like really feel like they're feeling the match. And like, I don't know. I'd love to like bring excitement in that way, but also like, I don't know, hopefully bring some insight to it as well. But it's fun. I love it. I love to do it. Backhand to the forehand of Eubanks, backhand slice. Forehand Eubanks inside out, backhand Ruud into the backhand Eubanks in the net. Advance to Ruud. Advantage Ruud. Is Layani the only umpire who's chirpy and happy doing the job? Rest of them look bored. Yeah, I mean, they listen, so many of the umpires, I don't know. It's I don't know. Layani is like Layani does wild stuff though. I just remember him giving Kyrgios a pep talk in the middle of a match. It's like so random. That's what I'm talking about, by the way. Ruud steps around a forehand, huge forehand inside in. It looked like it could get dicey. At this point, I would be highly surprised if we get another twist in the plot, to be honest, but Shanghai. I hope to commentate more matches. It's crazy with times here. But whether it's my morning for a night match or whether I do it one of these, which is the early day matches, I'd love to do more. Because I just love Shanghai too much. We could get a center Alcaraz final. We haven't had a center Alcaraz final in the final of a big tournament, and that would be incredible coming off of Beijing. Alcaraz would be looking for revenge, and Sinner might be a little bit tired, so that would be crazy if we get Sinner Alcaraz. It's going to be tough with Medvedev in the way, but listen, Medvedev, right after this, Korda plays Medvedev. I was considering doing a double and doing Korda Medvedev. I am so happy, to be honest, that I'm not doing that because I'm so tired. But that is crazy. I'm looking forward to checking the score in the morning. Korda obviously beat Medvedev at the Australian Open before Medvedev went on a rampage. 15-all here at 2-4. Feast one game away from upsetting Fokina. Yeah, but Artur Feast, listen, he's looking. Listen, I've known for most of this year he's going to be a problem for a lot of people. I've been saying for like a long time. I think Artur Feast is one of these guys that everybody should know the name of because I think he has one of the highest ceilings for young players. Like I was putting him up there with Musetti, with like I don't know who's the player that you would put right below Rune. Like he was my fourth, if not close to being up there. Like I don't know. I'm really high on Artur Feast. I think he's super talented, honestly, and he's only improving. He's got a lot of ways to improve still, but forehand inside out. It's a good shot from Eubanks. It's too good. Casper backhand goes wide. 40-15. Serve out wide. Casper nearly with the saber. Runs to the net. 40-30. Casper basically hitting that serve return off the rise. 40-30. Serve out wide, backhand Ruud. Forehand of Eubanks. It goes out. Deuce. I mean, these are baby match points here. These are baby match points. Stopping Westworld before last season was a crime. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, they always cancel the shows when it's about to get good. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Breaking Bad is like the one where you could be like, they had a perfect run. Breaking Bad knew exactly what it needed to do, and it did it. But it's like the only one. It's like Breaking Bad, like, yeah. There's very few shows that knew when it wanted to end it and ended it when at its prime and ended it when before the studio can say no more. So it's like there's very few shows like that. It's so annoying, honestly. But yeah, Westworld is incredible. Iga about to win the final of the Bagel and the Bread Stick. Okay, we'll see. I mean, Samsonova just took out Rybakina, who's playing insane, but we'll see. I did think that Swiatek was going to beat Coco. Because, listen, Coco's got to be a little bit tired at this point, and Swiatek was like, I don't know. She's been playing great the last couple matches. And also, I don't know. I had another point, but it's so late. I can't even think. Completely lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Swiatek just has a great matchup against Coco. So, I mean, listen, beating Coco once, Sinner beating Medvedev once doesn't mean he's going to do it next time, too. He might, but... Oh, how did Eubanks do that? Whoa, what a shot from Casper. Great point. I mean, it was happening so quick I couldn't do it play-by-play, but basically Eubanks basically standing in no man's land right inside the court. It's a Casper return basically behind him, and just hits it like, gets like an inch in front of the net. Casper runs up and hits a crafty little shot cross-court. Crafty little shot cross-court from Casper. Advantage to Ruud. Serve out wide, backhand Ruud into the forehand of Eubanks. That's down the line. Forehand of Eubanks. It goes out. It's 5-2. Eubanks going to serve. Or sorry, Ruud is going to serve for the match. What I say before the set started, I said 6-2 for Eubanks. 6-2. I can't talk. 6-2 for 6-2 for Casper. Eubanks is currently in the losing seat. Casper's in the losing position. Eubanks is in the losing position. Whatever, forget about it. What we got going on here in the chat. The writer's strike cancel all my shows. Grr. Yeah, exactly. Or I mean, it's back. I think some of the strike has been resolved. So I mean, some of it's coming back. Stranger Things is back to writing. So wonder if Korda can be competitive against Medi. I think so. I think Medvedev is going to win, but I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be like, my prediction is 6-4, 7-6 or something for Medvedev. That's my prediction. We'll see. I think Korda is going to make it interesting. I think it's going to be a much better match than this has been. It's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be tight. He beat Medi in straights at AO. Yeah, exactly. So, step down. Did they play before that? I gotta look it up. I'm gonna look it up. Korda Medvedev, did they play? I'm excited about that JJ win against Nori. I don't know who he's playing next. I gotta check that. But listen, I've been waiting for a good run from JJ. I've been waiting for a good run from JJ. Okay, so they did play once. Medvedev won. Where was that? Okay, Paris 2021. That was close too. Okay. 4-6, 6-1, 6-3. It kind of makes sense, honestly, that Korda would do well against Medvedev thinking about it. So, listen, it could go 3 sets, and Korda there could be an upset. Medvedev just got to the, what was it? Final of Beijing and final of US Open. So, forehand cross court of Eubanks. Casper is challenging, but I think it caught. That's a great forehand from Eubanks. Eubanks, if he's going to go down, is going to go down swinging. 15 or left 15. I think it's going to be here. Right on the line. Left 15. Norwegian serving against the American Eubanks. Serve down the line. Forehand of Eubanks in the net. Casper's 3 points away. By the way, the winner of this match plays the winner of Dusan Lajovic and Fabian Morazan. Morazan beating, who did he beat? Morazan beat somebody pretty good. Demonor. Morazan beat Demonor in straight sets. Listen, Morazan, we know who Morazan is. He beat Alcaraz in Rome. He can be dangerous. Lajovic beat Djokovic in where was it? In Banja Luka. So the winner of this one, Casper, is going to play either Lajovic or Morazan. So 2 players that have beaten Djokovic and Alcaraz this year, which very few players have been able to do. But listen, Eubanks, it looks like he's not really finding his best tennis lately. I hope that Casper is going to start finding his best tennis and really start to pick up what his 2023 season is and what it's meant for him. Eubanks has already done pretty well in the season. For him, 20-16 on the season. Backhand cross scoring to the backhand of Eubanks in the net. I mean, Eubanks playing a little bit reckless now. 40-15. 40-15, 5-2, 40-15, 2 match points for Casper. To play, like I said, to play the winner of Morazan and Lajovic in the 4th round, the winner of that one. Match point here. First serve into the net. Let's see if Casper can finish off strong. Serve. The backhand of Eubanks, backhand into the forehand of Eubanks, forehand of Ruud, cross court. It's a good get. Forehand of Eubanks, the forehand of Ruud, cross court. What a winner from Casper to cap it. Casper caps it with a forehand winner cross court. He beats Eubanks with the score which Alcaraz beat him in Beijing last week. 6-4, 6-2. Eubanks nice with the players as always. Says all good, man, all good. Don't know what that was about exactly. 2 of the nicest guys on tour, and Casper gets it done. Waves off to the crowd. I appreciate you guys joining in. Don't forget to like the stream if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Quality Shot Tennis. We'll be here for more streams throughout. It's been Anthony Hirsch here on the commentary. We'll have a tennis. We'll have a podcast coming out on the channel as well. So make sure to tune in for that. You can also subscribe to my channel, the Tennis Commentary Booth. It is currently, what time is it? Here, it's almost 2 a.m. here in where I'm at. so I'm gonna go to sleep soon. Thank you, Anthony. No problem. I appreciate Max. Yeah, I appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. Ashley as well. Good game, Ruud. Yeah, Casper played well. He's gonna like his draw too. Listen, what is it? Casper is gonna want to end his season on a high going into 2024. Listen, I think he has a good end to the season. He has a good draw here. He's got a good draw here. Yeah, like I said, Lajovic, Mirazon, waiting in the 4th round. That's a great draw. And semis. Zhang, Nakashima also there. Medvedev and Sinner waiting on the bottom. But Zhang, Nakashima, Hurkacz, Lajovic, and Mirazon. Those are the 5 players that are in. Those are the 5 players that are in Ruud's way of getting to the final. GG Ruud, Maddie. I appreciate you joining in, Maddie. GG Ruud. Try GG's. Yeah, GG Ruud. All right. I'm excited to see Ruud more in this tournament. I'm excited to see Shanghai. I'm out of here. It's 2 a.m. I'm going to leave. I appreciate everybody joining in. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Appreciate it as always. It was Casper winning. It was Casper winning 6-4, 6-2 in Shanghai. And let's see how Casper does for the rest of the tournament. He needs to do better. He lost the 2nd round of the U.S. Open. I was quite pleased with Casper's level. I didn't even think he had to bring his best level. A lot of errors from the side of Eubanks. But Eubanks had to go for it, and that's what he did. But yeah, Casper is through, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys later.